So it looks like Tony Harrison is fighting again. He's returning to the ring in December against an Argentinian journeyman. What's his name? Brian Chavez. Now, Brian Chavez is, like I said, he's a journeyman. No one's heard of him. He's not fought anyone good, not beat anyone good. And Tony Harrison, on the other hand, earlier this year made his debut at 160 against another journeyman, was able to win that fight and gets himself back in the win column. Tony Harrison's a guy, of course, he was a former world champion at 154 pounds. He then, did suffer losses to Jamal Charlo and a particularly bad loss to Tim Tszyu. He then, took a while off, came back at 160, and is now campaigning at 160. And his first fight was a win against the journeyman. This next fight looks like it's going to hopefully be another win against a low-level journeyman. But I guess, in a lot of ways, Tony Harrison's doing the right thing here. I think he's doing the right thing. He's fighting low-level journeyman. He's staying active. And this is his second fight this year. He's 35. He's, for the most part, avoiding large amounts of damage in these fights. And he's keeping himself active. He's winning fights. He's getting rounds in. And he just needs to keep himself ready for a world title shot down the line, if I'm being honest. Now, Tony Harrison's not of the level. He will never win a world championship at 160, in my opinion. He's not. He was a tricky. At 154 in his prime, when he was world champion, he was a tricky little boxer. I'll have that right. He was a tricky little boxer, but honestly, the beasts that are at the top of 160 at the moment, he's not got a chance. You look at any of the current world champions at 160, he doesn't beat any of them. And they beat him pretty easily, in my opinion. But again, I imagine for Tony Harrison, the aim is to hopefully get one of those fights against the world champions, get a nice chunky payday and retire. Maybe, if he can sell the fight, he can maybe even earn himself a seven-figure payday. It's unlikely. I don't think Tony Harrison is capable of drawing that sort of money against any of the current champions. Particularly because there's no real big American champion. If there was a big American champion, then maybe that would be a chance. I mean, who knows? If Terence Crawford comes down to 160, unifies the division, maybe he'll give Tony Harrison a shot. And that would be a big payday for Tony Harrison, but I don't think Crawford would do that. But that's a real long shot there. Because Tony Harrison v. Johnny Beck isn't a seven-figure payday. Tony Harrison v. Lara certainly isn't a seven-figure payday. Tony Harrison against Adames, again, isn't a seven-figure payday. So yeah, I guess Tony Harrison's doing the right thing here. We'll see what's next for him. We'll see if he can ever earn himself a world championship shot again at 160. Even if he did, he wouldn't win. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below of Tony Harrison making his comeback. Do you want to see him fight high-level opponents? That's, an important question as well. Do you think he should be fighting high-level opponents? This guy's a former world champion. He's mixed it with world champions at 154, and he's now moved up to 160, and he's fighting nobodies. I understand the idea of tune-ups, but let me know what you think in terms of the pace. And do you think they should be moving him forward quicker? Like they should have done one tune-up and he should now be fighting someone at least pushing top 20. Do you know what I mean? This Chavez guy, I've never heard of him. So there's no way he's near the top 20. Nowhere. You know what I mean? I don't even want to see where he's ranked on BoxRec. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this fight in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag. And I'm out. Peace.